be really pushing through for anything here.
Well, LGIM are definitely looking for something aggressive. The difficulty for them is Arkwell is going to see them coming and has so much base movement speed, being Misfortune, that I don't think he's really going to be in danger here. The recall actually coming in. Oh, they're going to lane swap. They're going to send 2 top and just send Shen bottom. And this does bring up some difficulties because they have no ward coverage, and Amumu is starting blue.
Amumu is going to be coming down towards blue. Wukong is there. Shen will be around the party by the time the LGIM do decide to move themselves there in towards this blue buff. There are no wards down there currently, so things could get really, really nasty here coming around for Anexis, especially if this Shen just completely leaves early on.
Well, Shen is around. He went Claw 5 instead of like 7 potions and 2 wards, so he's going to see them coming, but I don't know if it's going to be enough because they might just lead with Rupture.
Here we go then, LGIM starting to move in here. There is the Rupture, he actually will land in on towards Overpower. They're going to try and lock him down. There's the Room Prison. Have they got enough damage? Yes, they have! First blood comes in for Lilac.
That was an amazingly good engage right there. A perfect Rupture landing. Amumu really should have flashed that Rupture. And unfortunately, he did pay for it with his life. LGIM, they are going to actually clear out that camp though, so it will respawn 724.
Great start to the proceedings here for LGIM. We heard that their manager said, you better not lose another map coming into this grand final, otherwise you'll be a disgrace to your country, which is harsh words to be said, but that's kind of the Korean mentality as well that we see not just in League of Legends, in other games as well, and that's something that can really motivate these players. And so far, obviously they've taken down Meet Your Makers 2-0, and this is a great start as well.
And right now, Zaxxas is up against his turret. We're going to see if Cho'Gath looks for a level 3 dive right here. But he's now at kind of what all 1v2 lanes have to face, which is trying to last hit under turret and trying not to get zoned out of experience range. Anexis are actually not shoving. They're just trying to zone Lilac and deal damage to him. Thing is, he's got Crystalline Flask. He's got a Red Elixir. He's not going to really die here. And I feel like Anexis are going to lose their bottom turret. For their sake, I kind of wish they would actually push top lane.
Well, right now, as you said, they're definitely holding that one out, trying to starve Lilac as much as they possibly can, but inevitably that lane is going to start to push through here, and Lilac then will be starting to get himself a little bit of that farm. We've seen in these situations constantly from already months ago, since these lane swaps happening, these 3-man dives, the jungler coming in from behind them from that tri-bush. Do you think we're going to see that here with the compositions that we've got?
Well, Cho'Gath right now is already looking for the counteraction to that. He cleared his blue buff out. He's checking to make sure that Amumu is not looking for anything crazy. Of course, they have that ward down anyway. Ring's going to look for just a... This is actually a really smart move. He's actually wave clearing to help make sure the turret doesn't go down. Lilac's still taking some damage. Yeah, he's running low on potions, but this is actually really good for them. They're going to lose their turret much more slowly. This one, though, down to half already. I don't see dives coming, though. Amumu, he's not really the tower diving type. Xin Zhao has really good escape tools in general. While he's still at full health, I don't see them killing him quite easily. Instead, you're seeing defensive junglers try to stop the kills.
Well, right now, LGIM, as you said, have got this bottom turret down to below 900 health, so they've done a real great job of that one. Not quite the same story in this top lane, but that's exactly what Anexis are going to be aiming for. Middle lane, Ryze versus Wukong. What do you think of the whole mechanic of this lane? I mean, that Room Prison is going to be Ryze's biggest ally here, surely. Yeah,
at the beginning I would have said this would have been a lane in advantage for Ryze, but you're seeing an early minion kill lead for Celiver's Wukong. That said, he's now against a level 4 blue buff Ryze, who puts out quite a bit of damage, but dang, so does Wukong. So, pretty nice. And Lilac taking a ton of pain right here.
Yeah, this could be really, really bad as Lilac is burning from the Ignite. Actually, it's not the Ignite, it's down and selling a line. And Arkwell will not quite be able to pick that one up. And again, you talk about the whole rescuing you with these defensive junglers, these more support-type junglers. And that's exactly what's happened here for LGIM.
And I am amazed. Arkwell is the only player I've literally, I think, ever seen not flash for that kill. He said, you know what, if I flash for that kill, I'm going to be overextended and I'm going to die the Cho'Gath in a turret. He said, you know what, I'll just let you get zoned out of experience range and go back trying to shove down Ring right here. I think it's actually the right choice for Misfortune to not give up something by doing that.
Well, in the meantime, they did lose that bottom turret as Arkwell that will start to push a little bit more aggressive. Are they going to be able to do more damage to the turret here? And again, Ring with Cho'Gath has got good wave clearing potentially, and you can see the fact that he's been pushed up there on the turret. That's not allowing much time for Misfortune and Nunu to actually get in there as a rupture. He's going to land onto Arkwell. Silence goes down, but won't be able to finish up with a kill.
That silence pretty much kept him alive because Nunu was in range and just had mana enough for an Ice Blast. And when you face up an Ice Blast and a Blood Boiled AD carry, Ring would have probably had to burn Flash there. So the silence was just in range and kept him alive against Nunu.
Unsurprisingly, LGIM, after taking down the outer turret in the bottom lane, they're bringing their support and AD carry into this top lane, and they're already starting to beat down on it. Misfortune's going to be a good way away. There's not really a lot that Grom can do right now to save this turret. He knows that he can't afford to get too offensive, although I can't see that LGIM would risk at this stage by diving. But look at the minion wave. They've got more than enough time here to do good amounts of damage to this turret. They may even, in fact, they are going to have it down before they can react to that one. Great play.
That was absolutely amazing. Now, Lilac up against Zax. This is actually a good matchup now for Shen, who's got a bit of a lead here, a level and a half. And as soon as he goes back to base, actually some pretty good items. He's got 1,000 gold.
Yeah, that'll be nice for Shen when he gets back there.
Wukong going in on mid.
Oh, this could be bad news again, but look at the damage there coming out of Rise. He's burning away, but it's not going to be enough to finish him off. He survives with hardly anything remaining. Lilac in the bottom, though, is also going very low. He will be finished off, and as you said, he's got the level advantage there, Shen, and that is a good matchup for him with the kill especially now.
That is incredibly important for Anexis because, right, those two backup plans, a Fed Misfortune who's got 58 minion kills, and Zax is being stronger than any individual in LGIM, and he is. He is already beating down Lilac. This is really, really big for him. This is a nice situation for Anexis to be in. They're actually, I would say, in the lead. Regardless of what you see on the gold here, I think they have the tools to win this game.
And Zazas has 1,600 gold to spend here, as we've just seen that blue buff again being taken away. And how important is that in the grand scheme of things here? I mean, you've got a Wukong middle who's not necessarily going to be relying as much on that blue buff, but how does that affect Mumu?
It affects him quite a bit. He rushed for the Philosopher's Stone, which will give him some mana sustain and help him out in the jungle a little bit. But still, you're kind of in the situation where, you're right, Wukong doesn't need it. Mumu, it's hit and miss, because there are some Amumus who are used to giving away their second golem buff and just relying on base mana regen. But you're seeing him be low on mana. You're going to see that if he tries to look for a gank, he's just hit level 6 now, has his ultimate. He's only got enough mana for basically one ability. He's got just 100 mana now for Curse of the Sad Mummy. So if he ever gets into a fight out of the jungle, he's going to be really low on mana. It won't contribute much. But otherwise, I think jungle clears themselves will be okay.
And 8 minutes and 40 seconds in, LGIM did just have a bit of a go at Dragon, realizing that Zazas was there. They decided to pull away, and you can see those 3 blue wards on the minimap there, giving them such great vision of anyone that could possibly come in and challenge them when it comes towards this Dragon take.
Yeah, now the top turret has gone down. Misfortune and Nunu, this is smart. They should steal blue right now. They have the tools to do so. They can't really challenge Dragon. That's going to go down to LGIM, but blue buff is theirs. They know there's 4 people at Dragon.
Blue buff is there. They've got Misfortune and Nunu pushing in. Lilac going to get slowed, forced away here by Arkwell. But is this going to be enough time for Rise and Cho'Gath to come around and react? I don't think they'll be able to stop that one from being taken down. Obviously, there is no smite there. Cho'Gath actually will pretty much just ignore that and put a ward down over the other side of the wall, which has been spotted by Anexis. And that's, you know, well, really the only counter. Obviously, if your blue's been taken, the only option is to take the enemies.
And actually, this is really funny because LGIM just pinged it as one lizard got left right there. So it's going to be a very asynchronous respawn time. Hopefully, Anexis timed their own blue buff. They did roughly see when it went down, so they'll know it's at 14 and some change. And they're going to have a very, very late, 12 and some change. And there we go. Now both teams will have the respawn timer on this Western blue buff as well.
Yep, that ward giving it. So technically, next time around, Nexus could end up getting both on the other side. So we'll see how that one all works out here. Right now, though, turret advantage, of course, is in the favour of LGIM. Kills bang even. Oh, it's 1,000 gold difference. Obviously, that Dragon was taken out earlier on by LGIM. Let's have a look down the items, see what we've got. The 2 AD carries, pretty much identical stuff there. Israel actually got a few more pots and a ward in there, but, you know, Doran's Blade. Oh, actually, Lasher here getting caught out in the middle. He's going to get snowballed. There is Curse to the Sad Mummy. He's going to die. That was quick stuff. Rise is actually trying to turn this one back around, but they've just not quite got the damage. And with 4 men there, Rise can't afford to go down either.
Now, he's not tanky just yet. He's got the Catalyst, didn't get the first blood like he did last time, so he's a bit behind on that sort of Rod of Ages compared to what we just saw maybe 20 minutes ago. Celeber, low on health. Ezreal came across him. A little bit of close stuff there.
What was that? The ghosts. The ghosts were there.
Ooh, we heard the Brazilians, actually. They had yelled for that one. They've actually apparently got a better cameraman, though. The Brazilian commentators are driving the one in the local arena here.
We saw it coming. We were just like, what's that? Oh, the ping. Someone's low.
Someone's low.
Okay,
yes.
There we go. You know, we have the royalty of usually having a cameraman for us, so that's how it goes on the English side of things. But yeah, that was close. But again, no kill for LGIM, and they've managed to take out that Zyra, which is always a big bonus. Kill now for Shen, and kill for Wukong. There are 2 Giants belts already. One with Shen, one with the Mumu. On the other side, one with Cho'Gath.
All right, and we're seeing actually the Sunfire Cape is going to be the first sort of build differentiator we see. Cho'Gath going for the Warmogs. I would expect a Mumu to go Warmogs as well, personally. But the big differentiator here, Shen's going for Sunfire, which increases his split push power. And because he's ahead, he's going to do a very good job of sort of winning any fight he's up against. This is still another great move for Zaxxas. We're going to see him. I think he's still going to be one of the big playmakers here for Anexis.
Right now, Lilac having a bit of free farming that bottom, and well, he needs it, to be honest with you. Look at the difference there between Shen and Xin Xiao, 38 to 71. That's a big lead, and we are actually seeing them fight one-on-one in this bottom lane right now. Both losing around about a quarter of their HP. Zaza did back off, but to be honest, I'm not sure if he really needs to there. He certainly has the armor, got the health in there to comment that. He obviously just doesn't feel like he has the damage to take on.
And they're going to move in a little bit on the lash, down to half health, but they're going to go in.
Oh, this is going to be a big fight. Celeber will be the first man to die. They're going to focus around on Grom. That is 2 kills coming down for LGIM. And maybe even more importantly, this middle turret now has only a Mumu there to defend it. He won't be able to, and that is the turret going as well.
A nice move by Lasha, put everything down onto Wukong. The root landed, even despite the decoy, the knockup followed suit, and then he was suddenly revealed. The stealth went away, and then Cho'Gath just took a bite out of crime and took a bite out of Wukong. I don't know where that came from.
Well, blue buff number 3 here is going to be stolen away by LGIM, this time going on to Rise. And they know, obviously, the timing of their own, but also Anexis know the timing of that blue buff. Ruby Sightstone for Zyra, always a nice thing to have in there, plus that Rod of Ages for Rise. And that's in that last game. As soon as he got the Rod of Ages, that's where we saw that damage really became a hindrance.
Yeah, and so right now you've got a very difficult situation because Mid King is probably going to keep on his throne right here. He's doing an amazing job, did a great job last game, didn't even die, and he's kind of looking to follow that exact same path here. Celeber being given the red buff. We're going to hope to see him actually use his ultimate next fight because, you know, I like seeing close games. I like underdogs coming through. I really feel like Anexis is the underdog coming into this game, and they're a bit behind, so I want to see him come back a little bit.
And I'm really impressed overall. I don't think we really touched on that Anexis, you know, in a tournament where you've got Meet Your Makers and Millennium in there with the Brazilian teams as well, Anexis weren't the team, I think, that people had tipped to come this far and actually be in the grand final against LGIM. So every credit has got to be given over towards Anexis for their performance so far in this tournament. The question really is, though, can you beat LGIM here?
Well, they're certainly putting up a good show. And again, certain players on that team are putting on a great performance. Zaxxas, again, completely outplaying Lilac throughout this game so far. And we're seeing that Misfortune, Arkel, having a great game as well. Got the Bloodthirster finished. Ezreal does as well. But the only reason Ezreal's even close to her in gold and even ahead is because of the turret and dragon pressure his team's put on. So team effort-wise, LGIM are doing amazingly. There's a couple of All-Stars here for Anexis.
Well, here we see Dragon spawning once again. LGIM perfectly in position to be taking that out. There is a ward there, so vision is available for Anexis. No pink ward put down to counter that one, as Zaz's actually just getting room prisoned up there. Will taunt himself away. Was smited out there by Ring. And now they're going to be pushing away to see if they can pick up any stragglers here as they move out. Rupture will actually land onto Nunu, but he was far gone from the fight.
Yeah, he's going to be perfectly fine right here. What we're looking at basically is, again, it's the team fight team trying to find the proper team fight. They haven't yet, but here they go. They found Ring.
Yeah, Ring actually having to flash away here. This could be very dangerous. There's a big silence coming in, but how long will it last? Wukong ulti comes down, flashes in on towards Mid King. There is the bullet time. Not quite got the range. That flash really keeping Mid King alive. And Ring just maybe going one step too far there in that middle lane.
There's still a very good set of crowd control there. A good kill picked up. They burned every ultimate but 2. But as a 5-on-4, they're happy to fight.
Wow, and Mumu actually going straight back in there once again. Got himself a couple of turret hits for the pleasure, but this is going to be an Anexis turret. They've got 3 minions in there as Lilac actually is going to come across. Ezreal ulti doing some decent damage. Zyra ultimate goes down as well. Zaza's taking a lot of damage. The question is, can Ryze get in position here to actually pick up anything? There's a flash from Lasher. Actually will land the root. Here comes Lilac in there as well, dashing forward. Grom actually puts a lot of damage onto him. Arkwell now needs to escape. Room Prison actually already landed, but there's the Shen ultimate. Stand United just about saving Arkwell.
That was beautiful play right there. They picked up ultimately a 1-for-2 overall. The setup for LGIM was hilarious though. Ezreal had ulted from the side well before they engaged, and right before it landed, all the cooldowns came through, and you saw them just crush Overpower out of nowhere. Great comeback there. Getting the kill on the Lilac, very useful there. 2 Sunfare Caves on the team. We'll see what Anexis can do.
Well, Overpower coming in there. He's going to be enough to scare LGIM away from a possible first, I say first in the turret. They've taken that bottom lane, which I somehow missed earlier on.
Ezreal got it on a split push, I think.
Yeah, I think it was that last fight. He was pushing up that middle lane, so nicely done there by Ezreal. And, well, that's the thing, you know, kills are staying even, but these turrets going further and further into LGIM's favor.
Yes, and that is really where the lead is coming from, because you see minion kills. Just compare right to left. Top lane's winning, jungle's winning, mid's close, bottom's close, support 6 minion kill different, not a big deal. So that's a small lead there. Kills, 4-4. But you see +2 turrets, you see +2 dragons, and that's a 3,000 gold lead. That is Anexis falling back onto LGIM because they are doing better with global objectives. So that's where the lead is coming from. Those turrets are keeping them in the lead right here. Anexis needs to find an answer to that.
Ryze also has had, in that last one, both blue buffs away there. Celeber just about gets the decoy off before the Room Prison comes in. And now we see the Oracle being picked up by Lasher, so they obviously want to gain a lot of map control from this one. Oracle now, of course, with that time limit on it, is going to be coming. The point is that you really need to utilize it more with that time limit in there, as we are seeing another challenge on for this blue buff. There's the Ezreal ultimate coming across. Blue buff will actually reset the root landing. Zyra ultimate's going to knock pretty much the entire team over. There is Ryze getting 1 kill. Paragon will have to cleanse out, but Celeber is in there. He's going to die. Double kill Ryze. And where are they going to split to next? It's Shen who goes down to Ring. Now Nunu tries to escape from the side. Ryze is hitting everyone except Nunu, but Paragon comes in for the finisher, and that is a 4-0, and they hardly lost health even there, LGIM.
Absolutely amazing play by them. A 4v4 that got this time it was Overpower, and he just got shunked down. LGIM, they had timer on the golem buff, they had wards there, and Rupture into Silence into Feast, nothing Overpower could do.
And there we see once again why Ryze might be a smart pick against LGIM. Just judging by this performance, and if it wasn't, I mean, it was still pretty close. It was hanging around about 2,000, but it just shows you how quickly that kind of thing can really change around. And now Anexis find themselves on the back foot, but now it wouldn't be the first time we've seen a team come back from a potentially losing position,
because they've been simply picking off a kill early on and getting themselves ahead by bursting someone out and then following up on basically what's a 4v3 or a 5v4. If Anexis can actually fight a battle properly, I think they're still in pretty good position.
There are the wards, defensive wards coming out from Nunu, which won't going to mean anything, because there's that Oracle that we talked about before, and now they're looking for the second inner turret of the game after that bottom turret, of course, was taken there. He's cursed to the side from his Zyra ultimate. It's going to come down as a counter. Bullet time not really landing where they would have wanted it to. Xander's actually focusing in towards Lasher. We can see that flashes over, and it's the ace picked up in the end by Ring.
There we go. LGIM just putting on amazing team fight after amazing team fight. And their tanky front line takes a whole lot of damage. A Lilac fell over despite a Sunfire cape. A Warmogs, a Cho'Gath got dropped down to about a quarter. Mid King, pretty tanky himself, got dropped down low. And so you saw the damage come across Incredible Miracle. It took a lot of damage through them, but they had just a few too many items. They tanked it out. They got themselves in a really good spot.
And wow, Luna good ulti there, try and force Paragon away, but in the end could have ended up going down himself, to be honest. If Ezreal would have there or thereabouts, more like 8,000 if I could count, but still.
But counting is over. Actually, it
is actually 9.
Yeah.
See, if I didn't doubt myself, I would be even better at this.
It's okay, and honestly, it's not even counting though. It's arithmetic. Yes. So English apparently not your strong suit either, but it's okay. As a result from this dancing, Lasha, I think it's a brand new Oracle Swarm as well. They're going to sort of keep the map control game coming through here, and I think that's a very good choice. LGIM, I mean, they have the better fights. They didn't need good positioning, so denying ward coverage and kind of exploding out of the fog of war, that's really good for them.
The side, actually, Anexis did back right off in towards the base again. Look at the wards down currently for LGIM. They have covered the Anexis side of the map.
And that's just what they kind of want to do, is make sure that there are no tricks whatsoever. A random initiating out of nowhere with a 5-man Amami ultimate or 5-man Wukong ultimate would spell disaster.
Well, here comes Overpower. Actually will put Curse to the side, Mummy down, but look at how quickly he's destroyed there. The Zyra ulti actually won't be landing on where they wanted it to, but they've taken a Mumu out of the equation. That could be enough here. Arkwell going very, very low. Will flash. Lilac moving in there. Lilac does get that finishing touch, and that is again a 3 for 0. And look at the health of LGIM. They hardly took any. There is a surrender vote coming in, and LGIM going to take down Anexis here in game number 1 of the Intel Extreme Masters Brazil.
Excellent play by them. There they are on your screen, and they look half relieved and just half determined. It was like Ring didn't even have a facial expression there. He was like, yeah, we won. And just looked at the monitor and was like, all right, what's next? What's coming up next? Another game? Okay, no problem. Very, very well played by them. Excellent showing, kind of clinical in their approach there. Just very, very good engages. And, I'm going to talk about Ring a whole lot because